Hey Stampin' friends, it's Judy Klock here at Stampin' with Crafty Clock. For some reason, Facebook will not let me go live today, so I wanted to come to you live and show you our new Christmas Whimsy kit, but I couldn't do it, so I'm going to make a video and I'll upload it as soon as I'm done. So these are the two designs in the new Christmas Whimsy card kit, and you can order this now. So let me show you what you get in the kit. You get the instructions, step-by-step guide to how to create the cards. You also get a handy dandy ruler that you can use when cutting the twine. You get a total of 8 card bases, 4 with the snow scene and 4 with the tree. We're going to work on those in a minute. You get these gorgeous envelopes with the gold lining. How pretty is that? You get your ink spot. You get your stamp set. You get a clear block, dimensionals, embellishments, stars, sequins, twine. You get labels. You actually get 2 extra labels in case you make a mistake. And you get these die cuts and, of course, some glue dots. So let's go ahead and let me show you how easy it is to make these cards. We're going to make the 2. We're going to do 1 of each. So you're going to need a couple of things on your own. You'll need a pair of paper snips to cut the twine. And if you have it, you might want to use the U-Pick tool to pick up these little sequins. It just makes it a little bit easier. And then, of course, you'll need your Stampin' Pierce mat because these are photopolymer cards. So without further ado, let's work first on what I'm calling the snow scene card. So I'm going to just use my paper bone, if you want that, just to crease that edge. If not, you can use your finger or the edges of your scissor. All right, so we're going to create our snow scene cards. We're going to stamp some snowflakes on here. So I'm going to take the little snowflake stamp and I'm going to put it on my block. And I'm just going to ink it up a couple of times. Can you see this? I want to make sure I'm in camera. Get all this other distraction out of the way. Now, of course, if you already have blocks and you have the thicker blocks and you want to use those, feel free. But if you're new to stamping and this is the first time you're going to be working with stamps and inks, you'll have this block. And it works just fine. And I'm just going to turn it upside down and look at how perfect that is. All right. That's pretty much it for that. We're going to do one more stamping. I'm going to stamp our little tag that says Merry Christmas to you. Merriest Christmas to you. So let's get that other little stamp out. And then really we're done with our stamping. Now, of course, there's a sentiment for the inside. If you want to stamp it on the inside, we can go ahead and do that. I'll show you that in 1 minute. Okay. So now there is a larger sentiment for inside. Woo, let me see if I can get this out. Now, sometimes these larger ones, I put them diagonally to make sure they fit. Let's see if it'll fit this way. It's a little bit long. So I'll just put it on the diagonal. Okay, and it says, wishing you peace, joy, and love now and throughout the coming year. So let's go ahead and ink that up. Make sure you get it nice and inky. Now, if you have the full size ink pads, this is Night of Navy. Of course, you can always use those. Okay, wishing you peace, joy, and love now and throughout the coming year. All right. So we're done with that. Let's go ahead. We're going to add a couple of people. We're going to add the guy with the sled, and we're going to add this little guy, and we're going to put them on with our Stampin' Dimensionals. So I'm going to put like 1 there and kind of 1 maybe up there, and he's going to go towards the back. And then we've got our sled. We're going to put like maybe 2 on this guy, maybe 1 up here on his head. And these are the mini dimensionals, so these are great. We'll put a couple on our sled to make sure we have it on there. Okay, there we go. Just taking off all the tops of our dimensionals. And now we're going to put this right there. Okay, now we have our little label that we stamped. They said to cut about 3 inches of twine. I found that to be a little bit small, so I'm going to cut about 4 inches of twine. So I'm going to take out my handy ruler. Okay, and I'm going to go here. 5, 2, 3, 4. About 4.5. Okay. So now, according to the directions, I should have showed you these. See how we stamped the snowflakes and we added the people. Now we're going to add our tag. We're going to feed the twine through. Well, we're going to try to feed the twine through, if I can get this. And then we're just going to like tie the end in a knot. See, the 3 inches, and this is still a little small. I know they said 3 inches. I would go a little bit more. I would do maybe 5 or 6 inches. 3 inches just doesn't work for me. I can't tie it very well. So, and they always give you more than enough twine that you'll have some extra. Actually, I'm not even going to struggle with that. I'm just going to cut a new piece. I'm going to go for about 6 or 7 inches. Now I lost my scissor. Okay. Now this should be easier. I can always trim off excess, but it was really hard to tie that with that little tiny piece. So even though the directions say to use 3, and maybe you can do it with the 3, I couldn't. And I still put the knot down too low. All right. I'm just going to trim off the excess. I'm going to put my dots there. And now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to kind of loop this around that top present and then just stick it there. And there is our first card. Let's go ahead and add. We're going to add some of these snowflakes. So this is where I like my U-pick tool, and I'm going to put like 5 of these on. See, that one kind of didn't come out well when I stamped it. We're just going to put a little sequin right over it. I love these self-adhesive sequins. And then just fill in with the remaining ones where like maybe there's not something stamped, or you have a blank space that you want to fill in. There's no rhyme or reason. They just go wherever you feel they should go. And there you have card number 1. All right, going to our second card, which is the tree. We're going to take our, let me open these up. We're going to take our star stamp. There's a star stamp in here. And again, we're going to stamp the background with our star stamp. Okay. So I'm telling you, these kits they'll go by really quickly. And, you know, if you're a beginning stamper, this is perfect for you. If you've been crafting for a while and you don't like these because you feel there's not a challenge, change them up. Do something different. Add some embellishments, whatever you want. But I really believe that there's something for everyone with these kits. And I think that no matter your level of crafting, you will like them. I enjoy them because it's just, I don't have to think about what I'm doing. I can just follow the directions and I can create really pretty Christmas cards very quick and easily. And I am all about quick and easy. All right, so we've got that. We're going to go ahead and stamp our label with our Season's Greetings. We've got this little oval label here. So let's go ahead and stamp that. Again, we can stamp the inside if we so choose. I'm not going to do it on this one. I'll go back later. But you saw that we can do that. Okay, we've got our Season's Greetings. Now, let's put our card together. So we have here this pretty little lady who's going to put a star on. Well, they've given us these gold stars that we can actually place right over the one in her hand. So that's going to really make that kind of pop. Let me cover up my ink before I get it all over me, because I have a habit of doing that. All right, we're just going to, again, put some dimensionals on her. And if you look at your instructions, it'll show you where you can put the dimensionals. So what I love about these kits, again, is they are all inclusive. You don't have to add anything of your own. You saw that I added a scissor, and optionally I picked up the U-Pick tool because I have a hard time picking up those little sequins. So those are the only two things I've added from my personal stash. Everything else has been right from the kit. So we're going to just put her there. She's going to stretch over and try to get that star on top. Now we're going to add some twine to the back of this. Again, they said about 8 inches. So let's take our little ruler here and go for 8 inches. Cut that up. And you've got it in both inches and metric. So if those of you are metric, now we're going to put some glue dots on the back of here to help hold that twine in place. And again, you can use your U-Pick tool. I'm going to use that to take off the covers from my glue dots. And that's why it's good to have these tools sometimes. There we go. Now I'm just going to kind of, well, that's one still on the twine. We're just going to kind of layer this like this, right? Just like that. And we're just going to put it so it adheres to these glue dots. Just kind of like that. Maybe a little bit more so that you can see it a little bit more. Hang on. Didn't do a very good job of this. Okay. Well, you know why? Because whenever you're making a video, it never works out the way you want it to. Okay, let's put that more that way. Okay, we want it to go down kind of the shorter end of the... There we go. That's coming along now. And there we go. That's perfect. So now I'm going to add, again, some more dimensionals. And you can actually put these over so they help hold the twine in place. I'm going to put another one there. Okay. Ooh, I actually picked up 2, so we'll use that one. Probably more on here than I need, but it got stuck on my finger, so why the heck not? We'll just use it anyway. And now we're going to put this right there. And then we're going to come back in here and we're going to add some of these stars to our card. Again, we'll add about 5. And you can put them over what's been stamped. You can put them in blank places. It doesn't really matter. It's your card. There's no right way to do it, however you want to do it. Let's take off that hair. See, and this is why I use that tool, because then they get stuck on my fingers. Maybe one more right there. Okay. And those are our 2 cards, but how quick and easy was this kit to put together? The Christmas Whimsy kit, it's available now, and you can purchase it on my website. I'll leave a link in the comments. That's it for this edition of Live at Lunch. I'll see you all next week. Bye.